What is the Swiffer Sweeper, and is it any good? If you've seen it on TV, you're probably wondering. I'm Angela Brown, and this is Ask a House Cleaner. This is a show where you get to ask me a question, and I get to help you find an answer. This is not sponsored. I paid with my own money for a Swiffer Sweeper. When it arrived, it came in a box. A wet and a dry mop in a box. I know, right? This is what it looks like. This would be great for a professional house cleaner that rides the metro to work. Now they can take the mop with them inside their cleaning caddy. Booyah! It has a textured mop head so that it grips the mop pads, and a 360 swivel handle that allows you to go underneath and around all different types of furniture. It has 4 cloth grip pads that hold your mop pads in place. And this starter kit came with a dog and a cat dry mop head. Also, a wet mop head with a scrubby on the side, as well as other wet mops and dry mops so that we could get started. But the instructions? What? No instructions? We're gonna have to figure out how to do this all on our own. Let's put our smarts on. There's a big end and a small end in the 5 pieces of the handle that snap together and lock with a push button in place. Yes, I can do this all by myself. The small end goes into the large end and snaps in place, all 5 pieces, the handle on one side and the mop head on the other side. And in less than 30 seconds flat, we've assembled our Swiffer Sweeper. Yes, let's measure it. How long is this? I brought my trusty measuring tape. From one side to the other, it is a whopping 48 inches. We have a 4-foot mop, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, the perfect size for your average person. And the mop head itself is really small. It's 10 inches long and 4.5 inches wide. Wow, that will be great for getting in small areas, but not great for 3,000 square feet of hardwood. Let's put on a dry mop pad. Oh wait, there's 2. Yes, we open this up like this, and oh look, there are textures to pick up things as we sweep. We simply poke in the corners into our grip holders and voila! It cleans around furniture legs. How fascinating is this? I don't even need to move my plant stand or my hat stand or my furniture. It simply goes right underneath the furniture, all the way underneath the sofa. Yes, I did have to get down on my hands and knees, but look, I can go behind the furniture. I can sweep into all the nooks and crannies, and I can even clean the stairs. Oh yes, in one easy sweep on each stair, and I'm all the way down the stairs, down for the final count. I can clean behind sofas in every room and underneath the sofas and underneath the chairs. No more moving heavy furniture. This will save my back. And within moments, I've got the entire floor swept. And I can use it to clean the baseboards. Simply put it on the baseboards, swivel that head, push it along the baseboard, and voila! How many cloths does it take to clean a floor? That's really icky. We cleaned all of the floors so far with this one mop pad, and that is nasty. As we go to replace this mop head, you're asking me, are the refills recyclable? And yes, they are through the TerraCycle program that Swiffer supports. They will send you an envelope and you put in your dry, not wet, but your dry mop heads, and they will recycle those. They accept 5 different kinds of mop heads, including your Swiffer Duster refills. So this is a program that allows you to be kind to the earth by sending back your recyclables to Swiffer itself. And you ask me, how much do the refills cost? They're not cheap. But the unit itself is cheap. I paid less than $15 on Amazon for this product. And you can find it even less at places like Walmart. And you can also buy the refills at places like Walmart for anywhere from 35 to 25 cents a piece, depending on the style that you buy. There are washable, reusable pads sold by third-party vendors that are available on Amazon. And you ask me, how many places can we use this mop? Well, you can use it, in fact, to wash walls. There are all different uses for the Swiffer Sweeper, as well as using it as a broom. Now, we have to be clear about one thing. This is not a vacuum. It is not a dustpan. It will not suck up the breakfast that you left on the kitchen floor, but you can sweep it all into a pile, acting as if it was a broom. This is a dry dust broom, and we treat it as such, where we scoop everything to one central location. Once it is in a central location, then we pull out our dustpan, and then we scoop it into the dustpan, at which point we will dump that into the trash. Now, we do have trap and lock technology, so in addition to the crumbs that we're picking up, there will also be some gunk that will be picked up on the bottom of the pad, and you can see we have dog hair and people hair and dust and debris and all kinds of gunk. It's so gunky, in fact, I'm not going to recycle this one. I am going to throw it inside the local trash just by peeling that out of the cloth grips. And you can see that our mop itself has a textured head, and now we're going to lock onto that a wet scrubby with the scrubby on the side. And we just simply poke in the corners into our grip holders, and that will hold our mop head in place. And now we're ready to wet mop the floor. The green part is the scrubby, and to scrub, you just simply flip it with your foot. Go back to that area there in front of the garbage can where we have leakage from, I don't know, wet hands, breakfast, drinks, sodas, syrups, juices, dog slobber, and suddenly our floor is looking mighty fine. Ah, doesn't that look nice? And how did it do? Oh, even after all that junk, look, it picked up all kinds of debris from our wet mop. And this is wet mopping just the kitchen floor. Look how much that picked up. And we can use it also on tile floors. Now, I didn't mention, but I should, that the Swiffer Sweeper is safe on all sealed floors. This is hardwoods, this is laminates, this is ceramic tile. It's great for a variety of different types of flooring that are sealed. Sealed is the key because we do have a wet mop here. We want to make sure, oh, look at that. Hair, dog hair, dust, debris, gunk, aki poo-poo-nay. Ah, and we gotta touch it. But the cool part is with our grippers, we can touch just the corner, the sanitary corner, without us touching the icky part. Alrighty, so what is the verdict on the Swiffer Sweeper? Well, after mopping 3,000 square feet of hardwood and 4 bathrooms that had ceramic tile, I'm here to tell you it does a great job. Now, the mopping cloths did not stay wet as long as I would have liked them to. I would get halfway around a room and then the cloth would be dry. I found that there was so much gunk on the cloths themselves that I didn't feel like I could wash them out and use them again. So I tossed them and then I started over again. I did try an off-brand. These are Clorox. These are not the Swiffer ones that come with this, but I found that they were the exact size and they work beautifully as replacements for the ones that come with Swiffer. Now, I did find that they're also equally as expensive, and so if you're going to buy one or the other, probably just stay with Swiffer. There's another option. The option is that there are a lot of vendors that are on Amazon, and I will leave links in the show notes, where they've made microfiber cloths that connect with Velcro to the head of the unit. I did not have the head of the unit with Velcro, but what I did do is I took a terry cloth, and you can see that I just popped a terry cloth over the top of this. And if you were going to do this, you could pre-wet these, and then when you're done with your terry cloth, and this is just a regular cloth, then you toss these inside your washing machine, and you could use this then as just your regular mop that you're going to use inside an apartment or a condo or a smaller house, not 3,000 square feet, but a smaller house. Now, the only thing I wish was different is I wish that the handle were a little bit stronger, and I wish it were twice as long so I could go higher up on the walls that I was cleaning. But the average person does not use a mop the way that I do. So I do like it in the sense that it did all the things that I hoped it would do. And for the average homeowner, I'm going to give it a thumbs up. I'm also going to give it the Savvy Cleaner seal of approval for being a product that is truth in advertising. It does exactly what it says it's going to do. It's targeted to a specific audience. And I think if you're a senior and you need the lightweightness of it, if you are a child and you're helping your parents clean the house, if you are an Airbnb host and you have guests that you want to leave this for so they can clean up after themselves, I think it is perfect for all of these scenarios. And then for the average homeowner, you may want one or two of them, one upstairs and one downstairs, because I found in the bathrooms they picked up a lot of hair and gunk. And I know I said that this was not a dustpan, but I find that hair sticks to it like a magnet. So thumbs up to Swiffer Sweeper, and I hope that you enjoy it. If you've tried it, if you love it, leave your comments in the notes below because I want to hear your experience as well. Until we meet again, leave the world a cleaner place than when you found it. And I find that if you're going to carry it with you, you punch the little button and you just disconnect it. There were, oddly enough, no instructions that came with it, so it took me all of about 30 seconds to figure out how it works. What? No instructions?